This is the Movie Mania Weekly Livestream, number 5. I apologize for the thumbnail. It said 4. Should say 5 now. I hopefully corrected that. I see, let me address the people that are already in the comments right now. We got Keyjon in the trailer, or in the comments, because I'm losing my mind. What's going on? Oh my god.
Godzilla's back.
Hey, Godzilla, what's going on? Stephen Farrow, X-Devil, XX. What's going on? Steve Trevor, what's up?
Good to see Steve Trevor in the chat.
Yeah, Steve Trevor is back from the Snyder Cut. And so, why don't we talk about... I know I just posted the Abomination versus Abomination, 2008 versus 2021, but there's a couple big topics, because other than the Shang-Chi trailer, which dropped, which is big news, we also had the Halloween Kills trailer. So since we just did the video on Abomination, do we want to start with Halloween Kills first?
Yeah,
Do you have our initial thoughts?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So we just watched that trailer, I believe, last night. Was it last night we watched it, or was it 2 nights ago?
It was last night.
It might have been 2 nights ago, actually.
No, because we were about to go live right after.
I think we watched that 2 nights ago.
Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. Whenever we watched it, just...
Either way, we watched it 2 nights ago or 1 night ago, and it was definitely a phenomenal trailer with, as far as, like, just putting you right back in the action. I was kind of surprised that they basically show you the opening of the film, the end of the last film and the opening of this film, and they answer right away that Michael is not dead. They did not leave that up to, like, opinion and conversations. They show the fire department. I mean, they showed that in the last one.
They show a lot.
Well, I don't think... No, they did not show that in the last one at the end. But on the trailer, there was like a sneak peek trailer that showed an ambulance or fire truck going by, the girls in the truck, and you kind of assumed that he was going to get out somehow that way. I thought they were just going to just save his body and he was going to break out of the hospital.
But they didn't show it at the end of the movie. They didn't show the fire truck at the end of the movie.
But they showed during the teaser trailer before this trailer, and basically you see that the fire department goes in, a guy falls through the floor, and that's how Michael gets out. He was reaching down to help his friend out, and once Michael's out there, there's an epic shot, absolutely epic shot of him waving around a sword or an axe from the guys that he killed inside, and he just shreds these fire guys outside in the yard. And from there, there's a lot more destruction that goes on. I was surprised how many actual kills you saw in the trailer itself.
Yeah, it was definitely I think there were some good things that I saw about it, but I have a good amount of complaints for the trailer. But let me just read some comments here. We got X-Devil X is Darth Sidious, so thanks for clarifying that, because I would have never known. Thanks for clarifying that. J-Mar, glad to see you in the chat. What's going on? And so basically we're talking about the Halloween Kills trailer. And my opinions are, I've seen a lot of different opinions on the trailer. Some people really like it, some people really hate it. I do think that they showed too much. My overall thoughts, I think they showed a lot of kills and action that I just think they could have really taken out. They showed a lot of stuff in that trailer that I think they could have held out. They showed a lot of kills in that first scene that it's hard to think, like, are there any other kills they didn't even show?
It's hard to judge that until we see the movie itself. And once we see it, then we'll be able to see if they gave away too many of the best scenes.
Well, I'll be able to obviously have my final opinion once I see it, but they just showed a lot of stuff in there that really has me worried about how much is left. They also teased some weird stuff I've heard people talking about, talking about Michael transcending, which some people are really flipping out about it, and some people are thinking that it's not as serious. Some people are thinking they're making Michael like an absolute supernatural being. You know, remember when they said he's transcending?
Yeah, in my mind, I thought they just meant like he transcends into more of a killer and he gets stronger, which, I mean, in some ways, he is not really human. I would be okay if they went a route of, like, he has some kind of other humanly gift to him, because obviously he's taken a lot of stuff throughout the movies. I mean, he's taken a lot of damage, fallen from balconies multiple times, taking shots, absolute, like, close-range gunshots, gets his fingers chopped off, eye poked out, lots of stuff. And there's got to be something that comes with being crazy in the serial killer. Because, I mean, I know it's not the same universe, but Harley Quinn, her power is that she's insane. And, I mean, that's not a great comparison, but I just think, I'm not sure. I didn't really think, it could mean a lot of different things. Obviously, I could see how people could argue that point. But I think it was just saying he transcends more into just a serial killer, more powerful, and I honestly am not a hater if they say that he's not an alien, but he has like some kind of gift to him. I mean, I'll be okay with that because obviously these movies are not 100%. I mean, they're pretty realistic, I guess, as far as like with the world.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess is that what everyone was most mad about? Was just that?
I mean, I heard people talking about that, but I don't really think when you say transcend, I mean, we've seen nothing that supports anything that he's doing, anything really supernatural. I mean, yeah, he's survived a lot of stuff, but only movies canon are that first one. He gets shot in the chest and then falls off the building, which theoretically he gets captured right after that, so they could possibly fix his wounds. I mean, this stuff, he hasn't really survived anything or done anything that makes you think he has any like superpowers. Like he hasn't glitched through the walls. He hasn't teleported. He hasn't thrown people like a ridiculous amount. He's strangled people, but he hasn't done anything that warrants saying he's actually a superhero.
Yeah, I mean, not really. But walking through a fire the way he did without really being like, if you're in a fire, that's a super hot environment. He was seen unfazed, swinging around an axe with fire like up against his body.
I would think that just with how quickly they got him out of there really makes me think like, I mean, obviously it's a movie, so he survived stuff that he probably wouldn't.
But I mean, for me, the concerning things were more so anything with Michael on screen. I'm all for, and I'm super excited to see it. The things I was most concerned about was the supporting cast outside of just Michael and Laurie. Like those are the two that should be on screen 100% of the time, and the focus on her daughter and then the daughter's daughter is just sickening to me. Fine, I'll give you the daughter. Like that makes sense. That's a connection, and I can see maybe how you want to keep someone else like close to her on screen, but you do not need a third daughter in there at all. And she gave nothing to the last film. I mean, her performance was fine, a couple of the scenes, but after they like, I mean, just looking back at the first Halloween 2018, like remember once there got to a point where I think she got out of the cop car. You should not have seen her again on screen till maybe the very end if she came home. But after that, every time we went to her on screen, we're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Like absolutely irrelevant until she was in the house. I mean, she was never even in the house. I don't think until
she just came in the last
second. So I just think it's so frustrating. It's like it should only really be Laurie and Michael, and then if you have to throw in the daughter character, like to have filler scenes where she can talk to someone, that's fine. But the very concerning thing was showing not just shots of them, but like boss shots of them holding knives and like bats.
I mean, okay, but that's
like it's time to fight. Laurie's the one that should be saying that, no one else. And I don't want to see it. We saw the last one, and they made up for it. But I don't want to get down that road again this time.
Yeah, we'll obviously have to watch the movie to see what they actually do with all the characters. Because the first one, the certain characters were useless. But if they actually have a thing for them in this movie, then we'll have to judge it that way. Let's see. Mountain Warriors is in the chat. Love the channel. Thanks, appreciate it. Jamar, I just saw the Quiet Place movie, and what got me to think if it was real life, survive it if it actually happened. I would think if we were in real life, we'd survive if it actually happened. I mean, I don't know. I think that's an interesting thing about that movie. I really think that they don't show the military aspect, because I feel like we have certain the military weapons that would be able to take them out, but we don't really see how the weapons are, how they do against them.
It'd be tough. It'd be tough to live in that world.
Yeah. X-Devil, comparing him to Abomination is kind of dumb. Wait, I don't know, but what was I comparing to Abomination? You just let me know. Godzilla 11 versus Pennywise, and then you have a battle for 11 and Pennywise and Krampus. Yeah, Krampus. That's an interesting matchup. Sounds like good Halloween matchup stuff to include. Keyjon, man, Halloween Kills is going to be so gruesome. I can't wait to see the movie. Yeah, it's definitely going to be gruesome. I mean, that's one thing from that trailer that was shown, is that it was very gruesome. There was one death in particular that was really gruesome. I wish it would have saved for the movie. It would have been probably more shocking, but it was still very gruesome. And it's hard to tell whether this is going to be more gruesome than the first one. Because the first one was pretty gruesome, actually. I'm thinking back to some scenes. It was very bad. Like, there was the head stomping scene was probably the worst.
Yeah.
The guy getting killed on the fence.
But with the neck or knife through his neck on the wall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's maybe not as
the
bad.
sock slip.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I wanted to mention about the movie, though, is from the trailer, is that little girl, the youngest girl, who's prevalent in the first movie for some reason, is getting, like, about to get stabbed by Michael, and she's saying, do it, like he wasn't going to stab her, is very weird to me. Like, that's going to have to be explained. It's not to be explained, G. I don't understand what's happening there. Because obviously Michael could stab her easily. Michael is way stronger than even, like, I mean, a lot of people. But I'm really wondering for that scene, what do you think's happening there? Is why
Hopefully it's a dream sequence.
she's telling him to stab him because she gets saved. But what was happening there?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. I'd rather. I mean, the only person that should be saying that once again is Lori, because I mean, she's the one that's been stalked how many times her entire life since she was in the very first one back in 87 or whatever year it was. Like she's the one I could see say like just do it. Like I could see her say that line.
Yeah,
a teenage girl. You saw her in the last one. She did act pretty realistic when she saw him for the first time when Michael stood out of the shadows instead of just instead of just standing there, he had to hide in the shadows so he could step out with the like. Now that's just a quick comment. Obviously, this is just a trailer, so you don't really get the soundtrack of the movie right now. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But the soundtrack in the last one, I don't know how you're going to up that. I'd love that they would just bring it back. I might have to look into that to see who's scoring this film.
The new one did sound good. It's maybe not as good.
It's not fine, but the electric guitar sound in the last one was just beyond perfect. And like the piano, when it was like the quiet scene when he put his mask on, there was that one shot. I remember I paused it the second time we played the trailer of a really close shot of Michael's head, the mask. I don't know if that's gonna be in the movie or not. I hope it is. But that was a great scene.
Yeah, the music's important, but I also think the execution will really be important.
Well, it was both. It was the way that they filmed it and the music combined, which made the last one so good with how many great shots they had. And I know boss scenes is what we like to see in films. But the other thing I want to talk about from the trailer was the aspect of, I don't know if we heard this right or if it was more of a bunch of people grouping up to fight Michael or if Michael's going to have supporters. Because I kind of made the connection to Joker.
Yeah, let me just address some comments first, then you can get into that. Red Comics is in the chat. What's going on? Stephen Farrow, Jurassic Park 3, Spinosaurus versus Indominus Rex. That'd be an interesting one. I think people have done that matchup before, but maybe I'll have to do that one. Godzilla versus Titan. J-Mar, Quiet Place Monsters versus Rexy from Jurassic World. Rexy might be outmatched there. I don't know. Quiet Place, okay. Alright. Yeah, apparently the Quiet Place Monsters were called Death Angels, but why don't we address the other thing on Halloween Kills, then we can get into the Abomination
just the whole aspect of like Joker, how like Joker sparked the whole movement from like basically the criminals of Gotham and just that whole area, and he kind of was like the martyr or whatever, not really martyr, whatever the word
started
is.
The movement.
He started the movement, and this one I don't really know if they're gonna have killers wearing Michael masks, which they've already done that in other. I think it was Halloween 2.
So Michael's not gonna want to help.
Was Halloween 2 or 3? That there was, remember everyone was wearing Halloween or Michael Myers masks because I remember like the police were shooting people and it was making it hard, which was kind of cool because
I remember them.
There was a bunch of people wearing the mask. It was actually one of him was him.
Yeah.
And he used it to his advantage.
That was a really cool concept.
But I'm not expecting to see a Joker scene like in The Dark Knight to start the next Halloween where like the film starts out with someone holding a mask and he gets in a car. Because he's not going for money.
Like he's walking in a crowd with like a million Michaels.
But Michael's not like his goal in life, as far as what you've seen, is just to basically kill,
to really destroy.
Because like he doesn't go for money unless.
No.
That would be cool if he robbed a bank and there's a whole scene like that. But
that would make no sense.
But he definitely hasn't like his goal is just to basically kill everyone, get to. Not really everyone. He did say that one kid, but like I don't know what his goal is on. That's one thing you really can't answer. Is
his motivation?
He wants to get to Lori, but it's like. You don't even know if he wants to kill her or not because he's had so many chances to kill her. So I would love to see if he ever does speak, which I think that's going to happen at some point. He still hasn't spoke yet in this whole ever, right? He's just
say something.
So I'm expecting maybe not this film, maybe the next one they will have him speak, which would be a really cool moment, and maybe for him to flesh out a little bit of what his goal is and like his whole purpose. Now that could go the wrong way, be really really bad. But I do think it would be kind of cool if at some point he just says like, "F you" or like something like, or he says something like I don't know, and then everyone just stops. But then the last thing I'll say really quickly was the 300 thing. My wish for this film. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. If there is a herd of like just normal people wanting to fight Michael, because I can see how everyone could get behind Lori and just try to kill this guy who's just basically been just raging across this city or this town ever since the events in. Halloween 2018, and it would be epic if there was like an epic like street scene in film like Zack Snyder filmed the 300 scene when the line broke and they were like fighting out in the open and he like dodging things and like
that's not gonna happen.
He slices and like that would be pretty epic and I would be like jumping out of my seat if they do that. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but because I don't see how they're gonna have that many people hunting down Michael and never have like an actual confrontation. Because if there is,
Well, I know.
it's either gonna be Michael just going absolute God mode, or they're gonna get him. But they won't, because they have already filmed the next movie in this universe. Which, what is it? Halloween Ends. It was Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends.
yeah.
I think so.
Well, I mean, I
That's
think
all I was saying there.
the trailer overall was really good. There were some awesome shots in that trailer, and it makes me excited. There's things I worry about, but that's with every movie. And overall, I think that the big group of people is going to be going after Michael, and he's going to have to somehow work his magic in the close corridors, take people out. I really don't think he's going to have a bunch of supporters, but I don't know, because I really don't know. But why don't we, I just saw Red Comics said this horror movie talk is right over my head. So, hey, why don't we, that's a good segue into the next topic, which is
Well, first, wait, Devils the Demons, or Devils and
this
Demons. He said that would be cool. Hopefully, he's in agreement with my 300. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
you want to see Michael just going through a field in slow motion, taking people out.
Yes.
But, okay. So, basically, let me catch up some comments first.
Smilezilla, did you say hi to them? Sorry, I had to join late.
Oh, no, you're good. Smilezilla, what's going on? So, basically, the next topic was... And yeah, Red Comics is not a big horror movie fan, so that's why he was saying that. But why don't we get into the Abomination? Yeah, so Abomination, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings just released a new official trailer, and there's a lot of stuff in there. We would have reacted to it, but there's just so much going on, and we've already uploaded so many videos, and I mean, honestly, we really should have. But either way, it was a really good trailer. And the trailer reactions, I've been so discouraged to do them with all the copyright. I know Marvel doesn't copyright, so we should have. But anyways, the trailer was really good, and there were a lot of different shots. But the craziest shot was seeing Abomination back. I didn't even know it was Abomination until, I saw a bunch of thumbnails of Abomination, and I kept wondering, why are people talking about Abomination? Then I saw the trailer, and then I actually clicked on the other videos and found it was Abomination, and that's just insane. But you basically see Abomination punch Wong and break the shield, and he flies back. And that's just, I love the Incredible Hulk 2008.
Wong.
Yeah, Wong is fighting Abomination.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, in a battle arena, and knocks him back.
I didn't know Wong. I thought is Doctor Strange in this?
Well, I'm really confused about the timeline and where it's at. But Wong is somehow in this movie. So it's a big battle arena.
Wong's not dying 1 second after a fight starts.
No, you're gonna see. Well, he actually does. He gets punched by Abomination and gets knocked back.
So because the last time we saw him fight in a battle, he's like, we're gonna give him a fight that they never believed, and 2 seconds later he died a second later into a pool.
No, he said no one sets foot in the sanctum.
Yeah,
no,
then he died.
Put up a good fight.
He died 2 seconds later.
No, so you're gonna see if he can take on Abomination. He's a real deal. But Wong is gonna get some coin in this movie. He's gonna be knocking people around. But Abomination is he's a freaking powerhouse. It's Captain America essentially on the Hulk serum, which is on the Hulk gamma radiation. That's a freaking powerhouse. But what are your thoughts? Have you seen the trailer?
I just saw the clip that you showed me really quickly at the end of it, and I'm not really looking to watch any more trailers because I saw the first one. It looked pretty cool, and once again I like going to movies not really knowing much about it. But the first trailer I saw seemed like it was great action, and I know nothing about this whole. Just the whole idea of Shang-Chi or whatever this is. It seems really, really cool, but I'm very confused as far as who people are. But I'm excited to see it because it seems like a great movie, and it seems like it could be a great movie. And the fact that they're throwing in additions outside of just these characters in this film, you have Wong, Abomination. I'm assuming Doctor Strange might make an appearance if Wong's in it.
Maybe.
And who else? Who knows who else might be in this film? But definitely excited. And the fact that you see Abomination is really cool because the last time we saw him was back in 2000. What year was that?
2008.
Yeah, so that's a long time ago to not see a character. And in my mind, I thought he died because Hulk stepped on him. You never really know where he goes. Unless they made a quick reference I missed in one of the movies. Well, I never knew where he was. Where was he?
Well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think they mentioned that he's locked up somewhere. How you lock up Abomination, I have no idea.
Did you lock Abomination up, or did he return to his... the one guy's form?
Yeah, exactly. That is confusing because for the longest time, I don't read the comics, but that's the most confusing thing is Blonsky was a human. He was a superpowered human, but he got the friggin' Hulk serum, and it's not called the Hulk serum. He got turned into Abomination. He's still... How much control he has is really confusing. He's obviously much more intelligent with the way he's able to talk in that movie. So you see that. But yeah, it's really, does he turn into Blonsky in the middle of the battles? Does he actually turn into Abomination when he's mad, just like the Hulk? That's a lot of stuff.
Red Comics thinks he knew what was going on. He said they're fighting in a tournament for the 10 rings.
Okay. Here, let me see. Let me see. Smilezilla, what if MCU Hulk fought Abomination, not 2008 Hulk? Well, it depends. I did a video on, there's a lot of different Hulks. So that would be something for sure. I could do a million matchups with that. So for the reason Abomination and Wong are fighting, it's a tournament for the 10 rings, okay, like you just said. Okay, yeah, and obviously Red Comics is a lot more, by his name, he reads the comics, so he's going to know a lot more than us. Smilezilla, future matchup, 2018 Michael Myers versus Halloween Kills Michael Myers. That'd be an interesting one. We have to see what this new Michael can do. Let me see. Abomination versus Fenris Wolf. That'd be a great one right there for sure. I think Abomination stomps. I don't know how powerful Abomination is yet, but I guess Abomination. Red Comics. The Mandarin in the comics is an Iron Man villain, but they're improving upon Shang-Chi's material by making the Mandarin his father and grounding it in an Asian mystical world. Yeah, that's true. So the Mandarin, unlike Iron Man 3, where it was a fake Mandarin, the Mandarin's actually in this movie, which is going to be very interesting. I'm obviously not too informed on all this stuff in the background, but I was very disappointed by Iron Man 3, the fact that Mandarin wasn't actually in it. It's cool to actually see that villain in this movie.
Red Comics just answered that. Well, as far as why is Abomination is still Abomination. I remember just seeing that in the movie when he was taking all that stuff. He's like, give it all or whatever. His was a permanent transformation, so he's going to stay as Abomination, and he wouldn't return back. And you saw when he was Abomination, I'm pretty sure all those spikes was his spine like breaking out.
Well, yeah.
So I mean, his bones wouldn't just like Hulk's body is pretty like obviously it's huge, but he's normal. I mean, look at him. He's like it's a body.
Well, I don't.
His bones aren't like breaking out or anything. Like he still has the same structures. When he reduces and like, he's himself.
But but in the 2008 Hulk though, when he transforms, his shoulders like cracking and breaking.
Yeah, but cracks like a normal human being, but like
cracks like a normal human being.
But Abomination,
your shoulder explodes.
Abomination had spikes out of his his elbows. He had spikes out of his back. Like all this stuff, it was not normal.
Okay, if anyone wants to know, come on, Rex. Come on. Rex. He meows and doesn't want to come in.
But that is cool though, Red Comics, about just the fact that like just the connections from Iron Man 3. Once again, this whole universe being called back into this movie makes me even more excited to see it.
Well, and that's the thing, is that I mentioned in that video that's posted in my last video, is the fact that you don't see the elbow spike from Abomination on his one elbow. So if they really, remember Hulk ripped it out and stabbed him with it, you would think that would grow back. But if they really, that's an amazing attention to detail, because obviously that scene from the movie is just awesome. And I'm really going to be interested to see, that's crazy that it's a permanent transformation though. That's really, that kind of sucks. He can't go back to a human. I mean, it was his choice.
Yeah, but he's still alive.
Well, I know. He's just walking around.
He would have been dead if he wasn't him.
Yeah, I mean, he was originally just Captain America's strength, but then he...
I'm sure there's a way they could make him go back.
Yeah, I'm sure they can tap into that crap.
Or just use the time machine.
Let me see here. Demons, MCU Hulk is more powerful than 2008 Hulk. Obviously it's the same Hulk. I don't know which one you're talking about exactly. Red Comics, the terrorists that captured Tony Stark were called the 10 Rings, who were named after Mandarin's 10 Rings of Power. Did you already read that one?
No,
that's interesting. That's okay. I did not know that. I'll have to go back and watch Iron Man and see that. Do a horror battle with what you did with the superhero battle. Oh, do you mean the Monster Madness? Do a horror movie madness? That'd be interesting. There'd be a lot of characters in there, although I think the Ram would just freaking destroy everyone. Abomination's much stronger than base 2008 Hulk, but still not on the level with MCU Hulk. Red Comics, Blonsky doesn't want to be the human. He wants power. Yeah, that's true. Smilezilla, mismatch fight, Abomination versus Kong 2005. Yeah, I mean, Kong just unfortunately can't win that one. But yeah, that is, he obviously did want the power. I mean, he was insane. He was friggin' punching people, throwing people around.
Yeah.
I mean, with the overall appearance of Abomination, I think I didn't really mention that in my video, because the original Abomination is just such an awesome character. He looks so amazing, and the new one looks good. I mean, it looks just as good. I'll have to watch the whole movie before I determine which one looks better. Because I really that original 2008 Hulk, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Literally one of my favorite movies of all time. With how brutal that fight is just too epic. And Abomination is just such an awesome villain with the way he looks. I'm really glad to see him back. And he looks so cool in that movie, and I'm sure I'll like him in this one too. He's not going to be that prevalent. I mean, because there was also a lot of other good things in that trailer with good visual effects, cool like dragon monster. You see another monster in the beginning. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, apparently that's a water dragon, according to Red
dragon.
Comics.
Yeah.
But he thinks that don't expect to see Abomination in more than just that scene.
Yeah.
And
I'm
apparently he's gonna be a lot more in She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure about that one.
Well, I mean, I don't know if She-Hulk is gonna. I don't know if freaking Sling Bruce Banner is gonna be back, because right now the real Hulk is just freaking in the
Angry Joe's
ER.
a good quote about She-Hulk. When he spins that thing on the marbles. He's like, no, I don't want She-Hulk. We'll use that for the movie. So then he's like, here's our reaction going into the movie.
Well, I mean, I definitely think.
I'll give it a shot though. I'll get to see it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of freaking shows I have not watched yet. I mean, we were trying to watch the Snyder Cut, and it's just too dang long. I mean, we couldn't find a time to sit down and watch it. I mean, you have to plan out your whole night.
I'd like to see it.
You have to plan out the whole day and night to watch that freaking movie. You have to stop in the middle and eat and drink. I mean,
it's an intermission. I feel like
freaking 4 hours.
Karen Martin's in the chat.
Hey, what's going on, Karen?
Should we just move on to the Jurassic World clip?
Yeah, so here, Godzilla said superhero battle you doing next. Don't know yet. I have a matchup planned to hopefully come out in the next 2 days. Don't know which superhero battle I'm doing next. But there's been a lot of recommendations in these live streams that I'm definitely going to try to get to. What do we want to? So we saw the Jurassic World teaser in very blurry quality. This is a little bonus.
We really haven't really seen it in HD, which I think I want to see that before I make my initial or my official thoughts on it. It's just based upon what I kind of saw in really blurry picture, and not even sure if I saw the whole clip or not. But I think it was kind of chopped up a bit, so it wasn't taken down from YouTube. But from what I saw, it was amazing. And it's exactly what I want to see in this movie. I mean, obviously, I love the characters. That's the thing about this movie. There's so many ways that this movie can blow me away. Not just by the dinosaurs, but by the characters that I care about. I could go on and on about all the names that I want to see on screen. I want to see Claire. I want to see Owen. I want to see Macy. I want to see Henry Wu. I want to see
Alan
Barry.
Grant.
And then, obviously, throwing back in the initial original cast of Dr. Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, Laurie Sattler. I think it's Laurie Sattler.
I don't know.
Or Ellie Sattler, my bad. I'm thinking about Laurie from Halloween.
Laurie Dern is her actor's name, I guess? Or is that not even right?
I was thinking of Laurie from Halloween, but I think it's Ellie. I think it's Ellie. I think it's Ellie in the movie. But no matter what it is, all the characters from the first one, and it's an epic movie, I think. I don't want it to be the conclusion, per se, because I want to see this movie just keep going on and on.
It makes money.
But it was really cool just to see, just the world with dinosaurs, because before it was obviously like a park, and you kind of got a little bit of that sense from The Lost World when you saw them in the island. It was like their sanctuary, but now it's like a larger scale. I remember in that clip, I think we saw a whole herd of Triceratops crossing a river. And did you say you saw an alligator eating one, or was it? I think one was just swimming in the water.
I was saying I was wondering if one.
Yeah, because there was a baby Triceratops in that scene, and you also saw the first, I think it's Omniraptor. I can't say it right.
Gigantosaurus.
It's either that or a Omniraptor, whatever it is. There's a V in it. It's like whatever it is. Whatever
omnivore?
It is. It's the one that takes the eggs. I think it might be an omnivore.
Well, that's just
I wish I had the clip of the freaking guy from The Lost World when he's trying to read the long days. He's like, dang, he throws it. You have the other one with the big horn, Elvis. He can't pronounce all the freaking names. They're way too long.
I know.
But seeing that thing that takes the eggs, and I don't know if you saw Raptor or not.
Yeah.
But
from Dinosaur.
You saw, it's the one that starts the dinosaur film.
The Weasley freaking dinosaur.
Yeah. And you saw that. I think you saw some flying pterodons or pterodactyls. I don't think it's pterodactyls, but it was like the smaller ones. And then obviously the epic conclusion to it, at least as far as this flashback goes. Maybe hold on a second. Maybe that flashback I guess it definitely wasn't even from the real time.
It
That
was
from the
65
past.
million years ago.
So hopefully that stuff you saw there, we'll get to see in our time and in the real world, not just interactions in like a city or what we saw in the clip of Rexy kind of raiding the open theater outside, which in my mind, that's a little far fetched to be doing outside movies with super loud stuff, knowing there's a dinosaur, let alone a T-Rex.
No,
in
it
the
might have
area.
been like 10 seconds after that happened. It might be like right as
Okay,
it's happening.
okay,
I have a
possibly.
feeling- I have
There
a
was a helicopter
feeling-
following him.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, I think that we hope to have the Jurassic movie follow pretty soon because we want to see. I mean, obviously, we'd like to see just random, just Jurassic World, like before humans, without humans.
Dinosaurs
But we
just
want to
living.
see how they're interacting. So we do want to see
No, I do.
like the neighborhood aspect. I'm really interested in seeing like the suburban area,
Yeah.
like with people driving around and walking around, but with dinosaurs, because you're gonna have to evolve. Like we were talking with Grandma 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We were saying how
Good
like,
line.
what are you gonna do? Are they
Shout
gonna
out
build like
Sharon.
nets to go to school, or like the playgrounds are gonna have to be like caged in or something? Because there's gonna be pterodactyls flying around. There's gonna be
Yeah.
T-Rexes, Velociraptors.
You saw,
depending
yeah.
on how far it goes.
And then closing off that flashback sequence though, which was awesome, and hopefully it's longer than the actual movie itself.
Butt in here.
But the flashback.
He doesn't want to come in, but he wants to free me out.
But I'm hoping the flashback. But the way that the flashback ends was you see Rexy's long lost relative that was basically where his DNA came from. We're assuming they show a mosquito on the dead bodies. You do see, unfortunately, a T-Rex die in a quick fight against what we think is a Giganosaurus. Where I want to see. I couldn't really tell where they were sitting. They were facing off, and Rexy kind of fights a little bit. But then it's almost quicker than the Spinosaurus fight, to be honest.
It is.
And the Giganosaurus basically bumps into him, grabs onto his neck, breaks it, throws him into the water, and then that's when that clip ends. And that leads into the sequence where you see Rexy being followed by a helicopter into a outside theater. Epic growl. And then I think they showed some clips. I'm only remembering the clip of the mosasaur eating the shark cage out of the water. And what else did they show in there? I feel like did they show Blue?
They showed the mosasaur jumping up to the cage. They showed the.
See, we didn't see this in HD, so it's hard to tell. We didn't even see everything. This is
We
just
saw
what we saw.
Friggin' like 50. What do you call it? Whatever the quality is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, here, let me get some comments first, and then we will give our wrapping up thoughts on the Jurassic clip, which was they paid a lot more respect to the T-Rex. So they showed him die very very subtly. But Red Comics, they announced Tim Roth will be playing Abomination and She-Hulk again. Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, is Bruce Banner's cousin. Okay, that's Tim Roth is Abomination is the Blonsky. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I thought he was a really good actor. I'm glad to see him back.
They showed some ankylosauruses
Okay.
as well.
Keyshawn, who would win between Godzilla 2019 and Kong 2021? I think it'd be pretty similar, but honestly, I think Kong would win because I think Kong he only got defeated by the most overpowered Godzilla ever, which is Berserker mode. Demons, X-Devil Demons, Kong 1973 is a better matchup, but still probably loses. Okay. Who would win? Kevin versus Doug. Well, it's kind of hard for Kevin to fight by himself, but wait, hang on. All right.
This is a little because it was like something like
We're watching the Jurassic World.
It was like,
clip.
and Gallimimus, and then is this Indominus?
Maybe.
Like
Yeah. So, no, let me know who all in the chat right now has seen the Jurassic World teaser illegally online, or who's seen it in HD in the theater. That would be a big question. If you've seen it in HD, then you might be able to answer our questions here.
Next year, this movie's coming out at this time, June 2022.
Wow, it's crazy that the last one came out in 2018.
Well, they had a 3-year difference. It was 2015 to 2018. It would have been 2021. But we all know what happened. It put delayed.
Oh, yeah. Red Comics. Yeah, I've heard about the Fast and Furious and Jurassic World thing. That literally makes no sense. I don't understand what people were talking about. I think they were just doing that for the theater thing to get the people to go to Fast and Furious. is what I'm getting. But
Which I still might
yeah,
do.
I have no interest in seeing Fast and Furious crossover. I just have no interest. I don't like the Fast and Furious movies in general. I just never watched them. I guess okay, I can't say I don't like them. Just never watched them. The only one I've seen is Hobbs and Shaw, which isn't even really a Fast and Furious movie technically. So yeah, that I don't want to see that. At least I'm not interested. I'm interested in the Jurassic World and the characters currently in it to this point, and I think that's just a big troll just to get people to go to Fast 9, which we were very tempted to. I guess we still might, but to pay for an IMAX ticket, we really need to actually want to see it. I don't want to spend time and spend money on a movie, especially in IMAX, if I don't even want to see the thing. Even though we give movies a chance, even ones we haven't seen. It has been confirmed that there is not going to be any hybrid in Jurassic World Dominion. Yeah, I heard because they're done with the hybrids. I heard the hybrids.
Yeah.
As our grandma would call them, the hybrids. And yeah,
I'm
I heard
not
there's
a
no
fan
more
of
hybrids, which is interesting. Because I mean, I find there's a lot of dinosaurs non-hybrid that are interesting and that they could explore. And so I'm fine with it. I do like the hybrids though. I mean, there's some really cool ones. But at the end of the day, I just like to see dinosaurs on screen. I think they won't disappoint with that.
Yeah, one thing I have to say, I just found a much more HD copy of that video.
Okay.
And I remember they mentioned this. The T-Rex does have fur on it.
Really?
Because I remember they were trying to they wanted to be more realistic with how the dinosaurs really looked. And you do see hair on the T-Rex, which I'll show you in a second here.
That's interesting.
I don't think it shows the whole... Yeah, this just shows the flashback part of it. You want to see this really quick?
Red comics. Oh, yeah. All right, we'll be right back. We're watching one Jurassic World clip, and we'll be right back.
This freaking guy started from here, but look how much clearer this looks.
Wow, yeah, that's actually clear. We'll link this in the description. No, we can't, or else we're going to take it down. Is that the Giganosaurus?
Yeah.
What color is he? I can't even... Can you actually get a good shot of him? We might get taken down just for sound. Oh, but that is really cool. Man.
Check that. You're done.
Hey, what do you have to search to find this?
Shoot it. We're done.
What do you have to search to find this? So
I typed in Jurassic World Dominion, and it was like the fourth one down.
Goodness.
See, there's like fur on the T-Rex.
Oh, yeah. Why did you not have fur in the new one?
This just makes more of the past, I guess.
I mean, that's just a tough matchup. We're watching the T-Rex lose to the Giganosaurus. He looks so cool, though.
The color.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah. Wow. So for anyone joining, we're watching the Jurassic World Dominion clip in HD now.
Just part of it.
Wow. Effing. You effer. they're gonna have to give a scene where freaking Rexy comes in and just takes out a Giganosaurus. I have to say, the Giganosaurus looks awesome. I mean, the design looks amazing. Obviously, you never like to see Rexy die because it's a fan favorite. Even though Rexy is just like any other dinosaur. I mean, it's not like, obviously, it's eat or be eaten in the dinosaur world, in the animal world. I mean, it's not like one is evil and one's not. I mean, Rexy kills people and eats other dinosaurs too.
Cretaceous Rexy versus Giganosaurus HD.
Oh my god. Okay, so you can search that if you want to see an HD. So... Wait. So... I think I lost where I was here. I don't know. Goodness gracious, it's disturbing. But the Giganosaurus looks awesome. If you haven't seen that clip yet, you got to check that out. And look for that HD one with what Jake just said to find it. Because he looks awesome. The other one we saw, it looked like it was like filmed from a Area 51 camera. But Red Comics, the franchise went from street racers to cars flying in space. Yeah, I heard about the cars flying in space. I don't know how that even happens. I can't even comprehend how that got to that point. What if Godzilla fought Mechagodzilla under the water? That would not be good for Mechagodzilla. I don't think, although, actually, maybe he would be able to do good. Because the Jaegers can do really good under the water, so... But Godzilla's really good under the water, so I still think he would... I think Godzilla will be able to win that one. But, you know what? I actually don't know. Godzilla is God in the ocean, yeah. Red Comics, there was a fan competition, and the winners would get eaten by a dinosaur in the movie. Would you want to win that? Definitely not. Would you enter that raffle? Red Comics said if there was a fan competition, and the winners would be eaten by a dinosaur in the movie. Okay. I didn't see the movie, but okay. No doubt. I thought he actually said you want to get eaten in real life.
Yeah.
No,
definitely. I want to get eaten in real life by a dinosaur.
If there's a fan, would you want to get eaten by a dinosaur in the movie?
Yeah, I would love to be in a part of the Jurassic universe.
Honestly, I think I'd rather be killed by a kaiju in the monster movies, but I mean, I think it doesn't get much better than that, getting killed by a dinosaur in the movie, Getting killed sitting on the toilet by Rex.
Yeah. And there was someone trying to cover for Demon or Devil Demon is covering for Godzilla's lackluster performance against Mechagodzilla. It was confirmed by the writers and the director that if Godzilla hadn't been tired, he most likely would have beaten or gone toe to toe with Mechagodzilla.
All right, so I've heard a lot of people talking about the Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla fight.
I mean, he started out pretty good. He ran in there, pushed him back.
I mean, Mechagodzilla just threw him around like a sack of potatoes. I mean, I think
it was a quick fight. He did just fight Kong multiple times before that. He was tired.
He did.
He was tired. He was.
I mean, yeah, he definitely fought Kong before that, and Kong was punching around, throwing him. He just used the atomic breath. But I mean, let's be real here. Mechagodzilla is just on another level. He was designed to beat Godzilla.
He created this animal myself.
He did. Well, they did. Like, they created Mechagodzilla. They created Mechagodzilla to literally beat Godzilla. Everything Godzilla had, he had a counter. The atomic breath, more powerful. I think even Godzilla fully charged is getting more powerful. He's quicker. He can fly through the air. He has the rocket. I mean, he just has everything. I mean, and the craziest thing is Mechagodzilla didn't even use his deadly weapons. I mean, if you think about it, Mechagodzilla had deadly weapons that he didn't even use. His hands, it was explained, his hands can turn to like saws, and his tail is a freaking
he was
saw
just
itself.
created.
I mean, we didn't even get to see all the weapons. He was just kind of playing around with Godzilla. I still think there's no doubt it'd be a better matchup if he comes in fresh, but I still think, I mean, you got to give Mechagodzilla some credit. I think Mechagodzilla wins that matchup most of the time.
In Red Comics, I would definitely be all for a Son of Kong film as the next addition to the MonsterVerse. I want to see this universe expand and just keep building, and I would love to see that. I was hoping to see a bit of that in this Godzilla vs. Kong movie, and I thought we were going to get that. We got a slight tease to it when he went to the Hollow Earth and you saw the chair. Would have loved a flashback to see an epic King Kong, like the original or something that with others around him, and like he's fighting things in that world or in that area.
He has a shot just fighting like a million war bats.
I was expecting. Another thing that kind of let me down too is I wanted to see Behemoth and all these other monsters. I wanted to see a backstory to that and give a little more tension between Kong and Godzilla. But hopefully they can flesh that out in that Son of Kong movies. It sounds like from what that is the one movie that I've heard as the next edition. I've not heard. I've heard us talking about a lot of different things. But as far as like the directors and people talking about stuff, that's the one movie title that's been thrown around the most as the MonsterVerse, the next addition to the MonsterVerse. And I'd be all for it, and I would support that film 100%.
I mean, I don't know how they couldn't do it, because if you think about it, the movie to make the most money, I think excluding Godzilla vs. Kong, was Kong 2017. Kong 2017 made more money than the other Godzilla movies.
Yeah. So
if that says anything, it means
to keep Kong around.
I mean, not that Godzilla doesn't.
Well, Godzilla rakes a lot of money from worldwide too.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's definitely some advantages, disadvantages to both monsters, but.
Is a cockroach behind us?
It better not be.
Steven? Steven, did you see a cockroach behind us?
Okay, I can see the reflection from our screen, so I should be able to see that if there actually was. But, Annabelle, protect us. So basically, where was I with the comments? So, V-Rex versus Indominus Rex. I think Indominus Rex still takes that. V-Rexes are tough, but Indominus on a whole nother level. What do you think of the... Oh, yeah, you already read that. There's a cockroach behind you, Steven. I certainly hope not. You can timestamp when the cockroach ran by. Kijan, yeah, I wish Godzilla was at 100%.
Goodness.
Thank goodness. gracious. So, Red Comics.
Wrap it up.
My friends, my friends and I predicted the whole plot of Godzilla vs. Kong and the drive over there. I mean, you actually that's a good prediction then. I mean, I really couldn't tell who was gonna win. I mean, I was pretty sure Godzilla would win, but honestly, I didn't know. Yes, but Gojira also is on another.
I didn't know Godzilla was gonna go rage mode.
Yeah, Godzilla went berserker rage behemoth mode. But we are going to be wrapping up this live stream. Thank you for everyone who joined, everyone that's in right now. Red Comics, X Devil, also Darth Sidious, Stephen Farrow, Kijan, Jamar. I'm trying to think of anyone else that was in. Hopefully I didn't forget anyone. Smilezilla, and hopefully that was everyone. Thank you for everyone in right now. Thanks for staying here and talking with us about the main topics, Abomination, Shang-Chi, the Halloween Kills trailer. We also talked about the Jurassic World. But look forward to lots of uploads soon. And once again, everyone, thanks for watching.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned for a more official Jurassic World Dominion teaser trailer, the official first clip that they're showing in front of Fast 9 to be uploaded here soon, I would say, because obviously what we're talking about now is just based upon kind of like handheld stuff from the theater itself, and there's probably stuff that we haven't even, like, just seeing that just now, we saw 10 more things we didn't even see the first time we watched it. So I think before we can give our full official, our real opinion, and just like how great the visuals were, once we see that, then I think we can probably do a video or maybe talk about it more in the next live stream more officially. But from what we've seen, I'm blown away and I'm so excited. I was already super excited, but now I'm even more excited. But definitely a lot more content in the Jurassic universe as we lead into the next summer, because this next year hopefully will be a lot of marketing, hopefully not a lot of spoiling, but just I'm very excited. So
movie stuff's really starting to ramp up because you got Black Widow, Shang-Chi. You got a lot of stuff really ramping up with hopefully a lot of content. But
and you're right, Devils and Demons, Godzilla, he did blow his he went straight into the Hollow Earth, which is crazy. But anyways, though, thanks for watching our live stream, and this is our 5th edition to the weekly live streams, and hopefully next week we'll have a lot more content to talk about. And this week was a lot of stuff to talk about.
There was
Halloween Kills trailer, the Shang-Chi trailer, the Jurassic World clips we were able to see from the before Fast 9. Yeah, maybe even stay tuned for a Fast 9 movie review, because if we see that, we'll definitely review it.
And the funny thing is, I'm kind of teasing this, but if there ever isn't something to talk about one week, then we were thinking about doing a MonsterVerse quiz live on the live stream, live on air.
Who makes the questions?
And no, so it's from Factaholic. I found a good one. I didn't look at it, but he's a good channel that we can go through the questions, and whoever gets the most right, whoever loses the questions has to like drink something disgusting live on air. Now let us know if you'd like to see that down below.
Dude, crap.
No. But we're gonna I have some ideas. We might start out like pretty basic, like drinking like something disgusting, but we could always ramp it up to have some good content for the live streams. Make sure you let us know down below.
Let us know definitely, and also always give us topics to talk about in the videos uploaded throughout the week that you want to hear talked about more in the on our weekly live streams, and also just like ideas you want to see with what you want to see videos in the channel, like not just like kaiju matchups, but like people said today, horror movie matchups, actual movie like universes matchups, and all sorts of stuff that I saw mentioned in the chat here today. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. Have a great Sunday tomorrow, and a great week heading forward. And we will see you guys in the next video or live stream. Bye, guys.
And it looks like there's a lot of positive feedback, so it looks like we're going to be doing that soon.
Good. Thanks, guys. Hey, it is appreciated, though. Thank you.